Alright, this isn't going to be a very long stream, because I started late, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll probably try and stream tomorrow too, to make up for it. I'm going to be playing some Experimental Frenzy Doomsday. This is a list that a person by the name of Reverse Mermaid on the Doomsday Discord has been working on. I figured it was about time I give it a try. So, I gotta see where we're at. I feel like 14 lands is low. How many discard spells am I playing? 7? I think in their last list they cut the Chrome Mox. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna go up a land and up a Cabal Rit. I guess I'll play another basic island and up a Cabal Rit. And then, in discussing the list with them earlier today, I realized that Chain of Vapor is awful, and that Perilous Journey is potentially good, because it can let you scry, effectively drawing cards if you have a Perilous Voyage, I think is what it's called, actually. Perilous. I'll just search Perilous. It can let you scry if you have an Experimental Frenzy on the board, so we need... I'm going to cut one of the Echoing Truths for that. Actually, no, I'm not, because I just cut Chains, so let's bring that back. Bring that beat back, man. And then, I honestly think I want to just put the 4th empty in. Maybe I don't even have a 4th empty. Empty. Pretty sure I have a 4th empty. Yeah, okay, just different art. I hate that. So I think that's pretty good. Oh, I have 2 baubles. I don't think well, maybe I want 2 baubles. I don't think I want 2 baubles. You can do, like, with 2 baubles, you could, like, do bauble loops with Doomsday if you were not, like, Doomsday without Frenzy. If you were just going off with Act on Impulse or whatever, you could do bauble loops. But I don't think it's going to be worth it. So this last card I'm probably going to make be a Preordain. Get 1 Preordain in there. So yeah, I mean, that's probably as good a place to start as any, right? So I'm just going to be jamming some practice games today, since I don't think I'd have time to finish a league anyway. Also, I don't actually have enough tickets or play points for a league. But we'll get some practice games in, and we'll just jam this and see if this list has any merit. So I was supposed to have a phone interview at 4:30, which is why I started late, but they never called me. So it's possible that they call me in the middle of streaming if there's some kind of time zone fuck up. In which case they would probably be at 5:30. So I don't know. If it happens, I'm probably just gonna mute myself and keep streaming while I try to get a job. Because obviously they don't respect my time. So why should I respect theirs? I won the die roll, and I have lands in Experimental Frenzy. So this hand is going to make Experimental Frenzy on turn 3. I don't know if that's good enough, but I'm going to keep this anyway, just to test. Just to see. Oh, and it's my turn first, because I won the roll. Obviously, I probably should have played out the Lotus Petal. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. This hand's really bad if they hit me with discard. Taiga and a Lotus Petal. What is this deck? Belcher? No, not Belcher. Applejacks or some shit? Some kind of spicy meatball? Regardless, it doesn't seem as though there's counter magic, so I expect to just be able to get a blowout here. I'm gonna fetch my basics and stuff here, just to try and watch out for a wasteland just in case. I have a feeling there's no wastelands, but I'm gonna put both these cards back. Well, I guess if I land an Experimental Frenzy, I won't need to act on Impulse under any circumstances, really. But I should put the Tendrils back, and I'm going to put the Swamp back so that I can fetch the Swamp here. And then I'll pass. So probably worst case scenario here would be something like a Gaddock Teague. That would be game over. But most other stuff I'm not too worried about. And I can Windmill Slam the Experimental Frenzy, and that probably will win me the game. I should be able to get enough value out of it, even if it's over the course of a couple turns. What's this? Sneak Attack. This is not what I was expecting. But it looks like hopefully they can't activate it. Alright, so let's see. Dark Rit. Dark Rit's a good draw. I just want to make sure that I use my mana as effectively as possible here. I don't know if it's right to leave up the island or if I would have been better off leaving up a black. My concern is if that I get sneak attacked here. Well, I can play that, so that's good. And I can play the Cabal Rit as well. Probably should crack this for black, since I'm not going to be able to play the cards in my hand anyway. And then I'll get Threshold to cast this Cabal Rit. Brainstorm's decent. A little awkward, but I guess it's really just a matter of putting back the right cards. And I drew a Doomsday, or I got it. Oh no, I got the Doomsday on top. Is that going to be good enough? Yeah, that should be good enough, because I can put back what, like, I don't need a second Experimental Frenzy. So this is the kind of unintuitive part. So I need to put back Ponder on top, and then I can Ponder and put the Doomsday on top. Oh, there's just a Tendrils there. Do I have enough mana? I don't have enough mana to just Tendrils them out of the game. So I'll go Tendrils, Doomsday, Thoughtseize. So I draw the Thoughtseize because I want the Doomsday on top of my deck. And now I can cast Doomsday, and this will be a kill. So that's kind of interesting. So if you have an Experimental Frenzy out and you cast Doomsday, you can actually make Infinite Storm. We're not going to need to do that, so I won't reveal that trick just yet. I'm just going to put 4 Lion's Eye Diamonds and the Tendrils. Probably shouldn't have cracked that for black. That was a mistake. I should have cracked it for my 4 LEDs for all 4 other colors besides black, because I already had 3 black. And then I could have had all colors of mana floating, so that was definitely a big mistake. But hopefully it won't cost us the game. Because not having white here floating is really detrimental to my game plan of just embarrassing the fuck out of them. So barring any kind of Mind Break trap, they'll be dead here. Good, good. So, I don't really know what this deck is, but I'm assuming that they're probably going to have some way of interacting with me. I'm going to bring in Echoing Truths, probably cut a couple duresses, and I hope that's good enough. I don't think there's anything else that's like reasonable to do. I suppose I could have brought in Perilous Voyage as well. Over the third duress maybe. Oh, this is the call, I think, so I'm going to go on mute here. All right, so yeah, that happened. So last game I miscounted, um, and I thought I was gonna have Lethal Storm, and I was doing an interview while trying to play Doomsday, so I probably didn't do as good as I could have on both things. But fortunately, it was just the first interview with a recruiter, and I think I answered the questions well enough, so hopefully that won't be an issue. Tormod's Crypt is a little annoying, but not exactly a death sentence. I do need to get this Tendrils out of my hand, though. That's annoying. Grafdigger's Cage, not a problem. Alright, so sorry, Reverse Memory. Couldn't put another Doomsday in that pile just to flex. Wait, what were the requirements? Additional LED, way to crack. You're right. I could have put Experimental Frenzy in the pile and actually had enough Storm. So, yeah, I just wasn't thinking. I knew I could cast Doomsday and do something, but I was one Storm short on what I actually put there and should have just not been streaming while I did an interview. Oh shit, you're right. That is a little annoying, but it's still not exactly a death sentence because I can still just kill with Doomsday. And I do have bounce spells if I end up wanting to go that route, the Frenzy route. I did bring in some additional bounce spells, so let's see what this Goblin Guide shows me. If it's another land, okay. That's good. For having Goblin Guide, they just don't do a lot of damage to me. And even one more land is good here. So I guess I'm just gonna play out the island. I'm just basically gonna wait, and see if I can draw like a bounce spell or something, to do with this Grafdigger's Cage. Because Crypt's not a big deal, but Cage is definitely annoying. They seem a little stuck on their colors of mana here. Okay, now they're not. This is some kind of fucking pile. I guess it's something like Applejacks, but I'm gonna fetch here since I now have a fourth land. I want to minimize my chance of drawing another, so I'm gonna grab Badlands, I think. Still just kind of flooding out here. So I want to keep the possibility of Frenzy open. I think I'm going to take one more hit from the guide before I start thinking about trying to do some kind of pass a turn pile. I'm thinking it should be possible to do some kind of pass a turn pile if I had enough mana where I can bounce Cage and go off. The issue is going to be that the Tendrils is in my hand, but it's possible that I can either like crack an LED to put in my graveyard and then bobble it back into my deck or something, or a Doomsday back into my deck. I should have options. This Primal Force Mage could be an issue though. If another fucking land, Jesus, I'm flooding out. Like, pass the turn pile is going to be harder with the Primal Force Mage because any creature will just kill me, I think. Another creature enters the battlefield. That creature has +3/+17. Well, I guess if it doesn't have haste, it's not a problem. If they can sneak attack it in, it would be a problem. But, alright. Draw for turn here. Ponder. Okay, let me think now. Obviously, Cabal Writ is not going to have Threshold. And I'm 1 mana short of... I feel like I want to just cast Doomsday here and then try and come up with a pile that can win. So I'm thinking it's going to have to involve... some kind of, like, Hurkyl's Recall or something to bounce their artifacts. I'm thinking maybe, so I cast Doomsday, I make Hurkyl's Recall, and then like a bunch of LEDs. I think that's gonna be good enough. I'll have another land next turn. I can recall, make Cabal Writ. So like, I could do Hurkyl's Recall, 3 LEDs, and a Doomsday. I think would be enough. I'm pretty sure I put the Hurkyl's in the hand. Yeah, LED, Doomsday. I think that's gonna be good enough. Wait, Hurkyl's? Yeah, the Tendrils is in hand, which is a little annoying, but if I can just LED it into my graveyard and then Doomsday it back into my deck, that shouldn't be an issue. So I'm pretty sure that I'm just gonna hit the yeet. I'm pretty sure that if I mean, I could die because I will be going to a low life total, but I think that Hurkyl's Recall and then 3 LED and a Doomsday is going to be good enough here. So Doomsday on the bottom, LED, Hurkyl's, and just hope I don't die. I will go to 2, that's for sure. It's definitely possible that I die. If they have like another guide, I'm dead. If they have a bolt or something, I'm dead. A lot of ways I could be dead. But I think I'm not likely to win this game if I don't make an attempt here. And also, it's worth noting that I should have won last game if I had been paying attention to chat and not doing an interview at the same time. I call it an interview, but it really was just, like an initial phone call with a recruiter. Was this a pop or something? Am I getting popped? Chalice on 1. That is not a problem. In fact, I could even ignore that. I could just play through that. But so they pop the Tormod's Crypt. That's fine too. Then I'm going to assume that they come in with their dudes. I could still get bolted to death here. But they didn't bolt me. So Hurkyl's U. Then Cabal Writ, Frenzy, cast LED, crack this right now for black, cast LED, crack for black, LED, crack for black, cast Doomsday, and then we'll get LED, Cabal Ritual, Tendrils. Tendrils on the bottom, and then these ones. So now I'm going to do the thing that I should have done last time, where I'm going to make sure that I have all colors of mana floating when this is all said and done. So let's make some white, we'll make some blue, make some green. This will make red, cast Cabal Ritual, and then Tendrils. There we go. Oh, no Bolt because Chalice. You're right. That's a good point. They could have Simian Spirit Guide and Glacial Ray or fucking some shit. Alright, that was interesting. This deck is sweet. Like, it does some really interesting things, and it has a lot of really unintuitive piles. So yeah, I mean, the one thing I don't like about it is that like I feel like it doesn't have a lot of cantrips, which is part of why I squeezed the extra Preordain in. But it definitely does some busted shit. So, and we'll see how it fares against a real deck. I just, like, my concern is that it's going to end up with a lot of clunky hands where you, like, have, you know, you end up drawing 3 experimental frenzies over the course of the game or something, and then you just hit a bunch of lands with experimental frenzy, and but frenzy with Doomsday is like ridiculously powerful. And frenzy is pretty powerful on its own. I definitely think it seems like it would be pretty good against like control decks, because if you can resolve a frenzy, there's just no way they can beat it. Yeah, you might not need all the rituals. I don't think I'd want to shave a Doomsday. But I could be wrong on that one. I think I'm supposed to keep this. So drawing the tendrils is a little annoying, because it kind of, like, unless you can get it out of your hand, it turns off frenzy, because you basically can't win. I mean, I suppose you could frenzy up a brainstorm and brainstorm it back into your deck, but excuse me. It just drawing tendrils is a little awkward. I'm gonna fetch Basic Island here in Preordain. I don't want to open myself up to Wasteland right away, and I still have all my colors of mana. So the best thing to see right now would probably be like Brainstorm and Frenzy. Well, there's the Brainstorm part of it. I also think like a lot of your fastest wins are just going to come from drawing a Doomsday, like naturally drawing Doomsday. And that's why like when I was still playing the draw 4 list, which I've actually been playing a little bit more again. But anyway, playing the draw 4 list, one thing I realized was that I was probably cutting Doomsday too often. And I think it's fine to cut it in certain matchups, or cut a couple in certain matchups, like versus Blue-Red Delver or Death Shadow or something. But I think I was just a little too cavalier about cutting it in matchups where I wanted to be fast, because it really was making some of your fastest wins, where you just, like, a lot of the turn 2 wins come from having a Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Cantrip, and Lionside Diamond, you know? So I'm concerned, a little concerned about cutting too many Doomsdays, but... I think I'm going to take this Duress, because I don't really know what they're doing, and it could be like Mono Black Reanimator, or it could be like a Pox type deck, or it could be some kind of Mardu shit show. Regardless, I think I'm taking the Bitter Blossom here. Taking Souls doesn't do a whole lot, although I guess it would let them only get 1 use out of it. Maybe taking Souls is correct, because Bitter Blossom is going to do damage to them and doesn't do that much power. It seems kind of crazy to take Lingering Souls, but... Thoughts, Mermaid? I don't think taking Lightning Bolt is going to be worth it here. I could be wrong on that one, too. I mean, Swords is definitely off the table. But, I'm just going to take Bitter Blossom. I'll trust my gut. Yeah, the hand is pretty bad. I'm hoping... What is this? Him me. Okay. Well, that gets the tendrils out of my hand, at least. This is actually not so bad, because if I find Frenzy with this Ponder, I can just cast it. And I'll order these in such a way that it makes sense. And so now we should be heavily favored to win this game. I'm going to cast this. I'm going to hold off on casting the Bauble, though. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. So I'm going to draw a card off the Bauble, and it's going to go in my hand, which is a little undesirable. But I do want to get the tendrils back into my deck. My opponent asked how I like Frenzy, and I told them that it was powerful but can be very clunky. Alright, so we are doing things. Alright, I'm going to draw this Tarn. This is a perfect opportunity to draw that. I guess I'm going to make black here so that I can cast Cabalrit. And we drew an Underground Sea, so that's where we stop for now. But at any rate, I should still be wildly favored to win this game if their main method of interacting with me is discard. I imagine I'll have a hard time losing with Frenzy on the table, even if it takes me a little while. And I probably should think about whether or not I just like maybe I won't tell my opponent that I'm actually playing a Frenzy Doomsday list. I am light on cantrips. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, I'm almost wondering if, okay, they're dead, right? This has got to be a kill. I can't imagine that this isn't them being dead. Oh, and there's the Doomsday. So yeah, I'm not even going to bother paying life. And the order of these cards doesn't matter. Black, cast Doomsday, and then LED. Actually, I just need to make sure to get my storm count high. So we're gonna have to do the infinite storm trick, which is just 3 LEDs, Doomsday, and Tendrils, right? LED, Doomsday. Yep, okay. So be done, and Doomsday, Tendrils, LED. Cast LED, make black, cast LED, make black, cast LED, make black, Tendrils U, cast Doomsday, and finish the job. Alright, so obviously Frenzy is very good here. I'm gonna bring in Echoing Truths because of, like, I'm assuming they're gonna have something stupid like Canonist, but it also bounces tokens. Surgical could be okay. They seem to have some graveyard reliance, but it's probably not that much. Flusterstorm might be okay just because it's a him matchup. I'll cut the Preordain and any suggestions on what else to cut? I don't think I want to go too deep because Frenzy just seems so good in this matchup. Unless they have Grafdigger's Cage. But even so, I have Echoing Truth for that. I think I'm just going to cut a Cabalrit. And if they have Cage, I have a hard time imagining they'd play Cage because they are looking to play things out of their own graveyard. But I'm gonna mull this. I guess I keep this. I'll probably bottom that. I mean, our first opponent played Cage against us. This could... Okay, they can't actually take the Tendrils, so that's good. I was concerned that if they Thoughtseize, took Tendrils, and then had a Surgical, that would just be game over. And if I see Surgical, I might bring in, like, one empty, just to have an out. You see Cage sometimes, again, or out of, like, Rug Delver. And sometimes, like, Sneak and Show. Decks that don't use their graveyard at all, basically. So they took my Thoughtseize. I'm not that surprised by that. I'm definitely going to duress them because I'm expecting a him. Yep, there's the him. Kaya is interesting. So, discard draw. Interesting. Kaya is a very interesting little creature. But we should be in a decent spot now. Use Collective Brutality with the Infinite Doomsday trick. What do you mean by that? Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by that? I'm not totally sure. You mean use it to drain life instead of Tendrils? Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, if you had, If you'd gotten a, Frenzy out, and then they played Gaddock Teeg, that could win through Gaddock Teeg, right? I mean, you could also just kill the Gaddock Teeg, maybe, but, I feel like winning with if you already had a Frenzy out, just bouncing the Gaddock Teeg and winning wouldn't be that difficult. So now if I draw a Doomsday, I should be able to win. Unless they draw some interaction or something, but I'm hoping they just get stuck out on lands here. Alright, I'm going to crack this. Crack. Honestly, if we drew an Experimental Frenzy here, we'd probably be in pretty good shape too. Yeah, and like once you get the Frenzy in play, it definitely seems like you're just incredibly favored to win the game. So, duress again. I guess I'm supposed to duress here. See what they drew. Kaya, Sorin I don't really care about. Sorin's just too expensive at this point. I'd probably just take the Bolt, right? They're still 2 turns off from playing any of their other Planeswalkers. Although, Kaya's... I don't know which one of these is probably more threatening. I guess taking the Bolt is just loose. Probably the Chandra. I'm going to take Chandra. Alright, so that was their draw for the turn. So if they can find another land next turn, you can see a Planeswalker come down. Lotus Petal. I wonder if I'm supposed to ponder at this point and just look for Frenzy. I think I'm gonna. There it is. Alright, so let me think here. Well, I can shuffle stuff away. But probably I'm supposed to just cast Frenzy and then play out my artifacts and let myself untap. Actually, I'm probably supposed to leave the land untapped. Like, play out the LED and then Dark Grip, Petal, Frenzy, and leave this land untapped so that if my top deck next turn is bad, I can try and crack the fetch. To get a better card. I think I like that line. Yeah, and like I know I have this Brainstorm on top of my deck, so I could crack the fetch and Brainstorm here. The alternative is to Brainstorm my upkeep, right? I'm probably supposed to upkeep Brainstorm, just pass an upkeep Brainstorm. They could draw like a disenchant or something, but even if they do, I can still upkeep Brainstorm. Or not upkeep Brainstorm, I can still respond with a Brainstorm, and or I could just draw the Brainstorm and cast it next turn. So they bolt me here. Yep. Yeah, this definitely. I think the upkeep Brainstorm is going to be good, and then I'll have the shuffle to get rid of the brick. So, upkeep Brainstorm. So I knew that land was there. This is pretty good. So, I probably am fine with drawing the land. Or no, wait. I'm going to draw one of these cards anyway, right? So which one is actually more valuable to me? Maybe the Upkeep Brainstorm was wrong. I don't know. The Upkeep Brainstorm seemed good. Which of these cards do I really want? Probably don't want the land because I'm going to see another land at some point and want to be able to play it. I don't want that to be the first thing I do. So I'll draw the land, right? So I'll put back... I guess I'll go like Cabal Writ, Petal. So I'm going to have the land, and then I'm going to draw the Petal for turn, which is fine. It's kind of what I expected. I'm going to crack this for black, I think, and play the Cabal Writ. And there's a Ponder, which I can't cast because I don't have the blue mana. So maybe I did that wrong. I guess I'm going to crack this now. Play the Swamp because I can. Dark Writ, I'll play a Dark Writ. Lotus Petal, okay. Yeah, you're right. That was a mistake. Another Dark Writ. Okay. Doomsday. They're dead. Sick. Alright. Yeah, they just scooped. Alright, so... this deck is bonkers. Well, Experimental Frenzy is bonkers. I want to play against a deck with like counter magic and stuff because the decks that we've been playing against I would consider favorable matchups for any Storm list. And so like I don't know. This deck has done crazy stuff already. There's no denying that. But I kind of like I want to see how it fares against like a Delver deck or something like that where you know, I don't know. There definitely seems like there could be some bad matchups for it, and I want to see how they are. But it definitely seems like it does some really powerful stuff. And Experimental Frenzy is just fucking crazy card. Yeah, no, I mean, Grixis Control, I've had pretty good results against Grixis Control with my other Doomsday lists, like up around 60%. And I imagine this list is even better against Grixis Control. Um, Miracle seems like it's potentially okay. Hey, I got somebody followed me. Nox MTG Legacy. Thanks for the follow. Um, Miracles is probably okay because you like if you can resolve Frenzy, it's just gonna be mad value. But resolving the Frenzy is probably the hard part because by the time you get up to like the 4 mana where you can attempt to resolve it, they're probably gonna have multiple counter spells online. So unless you can snap it off real quick, um, man, I'm drawing this Tendrils a lot. But this hand's probably a keep. I can brainstorm the Tendrils back into the deck. I guess I just preordain. Cabalrit's a good draw. I think I'm just going to keep both of these. Yeah, Delver seems like a hard matchup. Sneak and Show seems like it could be a hard matchup. But maybe not. I don't know. It's just I have no good baseline to like evaluate this deck and its matchups because not only have I never really played it before, but it also just seems wildly different than other Storm decks that I could use as reference points. So it's definitely out there. I probably value the Petal more than this other land, would be my guess. So I'm going to crack this and get a Badlands. I'm going to be aggressive with my fetching non-basics. And Thoughtseize here. Yep, so this is Enchantress. They got 2 green suns. The Chrome Mox ain't doing much. I guess I'm just taking a green sun. I don't know. It doesn't feel great, but... Yeah, the Delver matchup's my biggest concern. I'd also like to play some more like combo mirrors, because obviously Frenzy's good against discard, but if you whiff, you blow a lot of resources to do nothing, and that can give them the turn to like go off. So I think it would depend a lot on I don't know how quick shit happens. I don't know. I really don't know. How much have you actually played the deck Mermaid? Like I know you have been working on it for a while now. Is this a kill? I think it should be. So yeah, this is just a pretty basic kill. It's kind of funny they put the ley line under the Chrome Mox. Now I'm going to give them the drills. Okay, so they just scooped. They knew I had it. This is definitely a bounce spell matchup. So bring in the 3 bounce spells. And then I think that's probably all I want. I'll probably cut a Duress and the Preordain and maybe a Cabal Ritual or something. Yeah. What deck do you think you've played against the most? Also, how much are Experimental Frenzies in paper? So, I mean, obviously, I had everything but the Frenzies, and the Frenzies were like less than a ticket each, so I just picked them up. But, I wonder if this is a matchup where maybe Frenzy's not that great. No, it probably is. It's probably just always great. I think I'll cut a Cabalrit. That seems like it's probably the worst card. It might even be right to just play 3 Cabalrits main, so you can play a second Preordain. I don't know. Yeah. I'll probably have to try and pick some up. I have so much fucking store credit at my local store because I just play ad nauseum in Modern every week, and it's a fucking hamburger helper deck, and I can't remember the last time I did worse than 3-1, and so I just like rack up store credit, and I've been able to fund most of my like janky Modern experiments, and this is a good hand. The only downside is that Act on Impulse is in our hand, but I'm definitely gonna keep this. I don't think there's a good reason not to keep this. And if I drew another Dark Writ, that would just be a kill. And they conceded. Okay, whatever. D&T is weirdly bad. I can see that. Interesting that Nick Fit is not a free win. Why do you think that is? It seems like it would be fine. Green Sensing for Knight of Autumn. Okay, yeah, I can see why that would be an issue. Because they actually can destroy a Frenzy. Like the only deck in the format that can interact with Frenzy. I can see why D&T would be bad, though. Because, like, I mean, D&T is probably, I would call it slightly favored for, like, normal Doomsday. But if a lot of your wins revolve around resolving a, oh, I should play Lejay. Fucking, that's too bad. Alright. Yeah, like, just trying to resolve that 4 mana cost spell is, I can see that that would be a problem. One thing I've wondered is the old school, as you say, Doomsday lines in the deck feel kind of wonky, and so I'm wondering if maybe there's a better, like if there's a card or two you could add to the main that would kind of help them out a little bit. This hand seems pretty good, so I'm just gonna hold up. If I draw another land or something next turn, this is just a kill. And especially since they don't seem like they're going to be interacting with me. Unless they fetch a Tundra or something. Not a Tundra. Could still get hit with discard here. Therapy. I'm not going to... They might name Brainstorm here, which would suck, but I'll still have Frenzy. No, they named Force Will. Okay, so they're probably a combo deck. I don't know what kind of a combo deck, but hopefully I'll just draw another Mana Source and blow them out. Not another Mana Source. Interesting. I don't know if I'm supposed to Brainstorm here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna... Like, I honestly feel like the deck... Like, Experimental Frenzy is just obviously the best card in this list, is what it feels like. And Doomsday has a powerful interaction with Frenzy, but it's not, like... I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's like the pieces mesh together very well, but on their own, they're kind of wonky. So, I don't know. I'll think about it. But you're probably right that Act on Impulse and... I don't know. Anyway, where was I? I think I'm just going to pass. I'm going to hold up the Brainstorm because it's going to protect me if they flash back the Therapy. I'm guessing this is like Nick Fit or something. They might combo me out, but it's Nick Fit, yeah. So, what are we doing? Okay, so they're just making 2 black mana here. I should have brainstormed in response. I meant to brainstorm in response to the trigger, but I clicked OK instead. But this is okay. I'm just going to get my land. And actually, if they don't Therapy me at this point, then I have the kill next turn. Arena Rector, okay. So, What are they going to do? I'm assuming they go and get... Like, now they can flash this back, so now I'm definitely going to brainstorm. I just don't know what card they're going to get at this point. I'm going to put back... Doomsday and Frenzy, I think. I think that's going to be my best shot. Frenzy is going to be my best shot to win. Yeah, I think maybe even just a second bauble might be okay, because it would let you do bauble loops without, I don't know, it would let you do some bauble loops. Can they just, like, is there something they can get that would stop me from casting spells? Because that would be the worst. I don't know what they have in their deck. Okay, just a Nicol Bolas. Destroy target non-creature permanent. Sure. Destroy one of my lands? I don't think I have a problem with that. In fact, I think... What do you think they destroy? My Volk? I think they're just going to be dead. Because I'll draw Frenzy, cast it, LED, Doomsday, kill him. Oh, now they named Cabal Ritual, so that's a little annoying. I mean, they might still be dead. It kind of sucks that they hit there. I can still cast the Frenzy I draw, but I'm going to have to... I'm not going to be able to have my Doomsday on top. So I'm just going to play out all my rocks and then cast the Frenzy. Yeah, I definitely feel you there. I'll go grab Underground Sea, cast Frenzy. And that's a land, of course, which I can't play. So I'll pass. And now they're going to destroy my Frenzy, and I'll lose. That was awkward. Yep. So I think I made some mistakes in this matchup. I mean, I don't care about that. I probably should have just thought seized them on my second turn. Instead of holding up the brainstorm. Did I? Oh no, I didn't have a land at that point, right? I didn't have black mana. I had the Lotus Petal, but I don't think I had the land or anything. Okay. So now they just Nicol Bolas and I lose, so I'm just gonna concede. Huh, Nick Fit's a weirdly bad matchup. I think I made some mistakes there. I'm not ready to call it bad just yet. So let's think. This seems like a matchup where Empty is actually probably okay. I would normally bring in Empty in this matchup. I don't know if I want bounce spells. Surgical is like marginally useful. I'm not really sure what the best way to side in this matchup is. Let me think. So they saw Frenzy, and I guess they saw Doomsday on the first Cabal Ritual or Cabal Therapy. I kind of want to just like side in a hodgepodge of stuff here. I'll cut the Preordain, cut like one Cabal Writ and like a Duress or something, and then one more card maybe. Could cut Limdwell's Vault or Doomsday. I'll try that. Casino Helsinki. I don't think I knew you were from Finland. I'll be on the play here. I don't know about this hand. I don't think I can keep this. It's just too slow. I'll keep that. I knew that High Tide on the Discord was from somewhere in Scandinavia, but keep this. Bottom that. Alright, I'm not going to be able to play for too much longer, unfortunately. My wife's going to be home soon. What's up, Doomsday? Cabal therapy. I'm just going to brainstorm here. There's no point in holding this because they're probably just naming brainstorm. And I don't want to open myself up to surgical and losing this tendrils. I think I'm going to do this. So I need an LED, that's fine. I don't mind them missing here. So, yeah, not a lot I can do with that. They basically have the same damn thing as last time. It's like the exact same fucking hand. I can't do anything about it. That's super annoying. Do I just hope that I can brainstorm into the nuts here? I don't even know. That was almost it. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they have the turn 2 Nicol Bolas both games is pretty unfortunate. Unless they... Oh, the plains is in their hand. I wonder if they have more than one plains in their deck. I'm going to put the 2 empties on top. Maybe I should have put the Doomsday on top. I don't know. But it's hard to say. They probably have more than one plains in the deck. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. And if they do, I'm probably just going to scoop because I don't think I'm going to win this. That way I maybe can squeeze one more. Cigarette is not a food. Unless you are a fucking lunatic. Oop, they didn't get a plains. They did get a damping sphere, okay. I can live with a damping sphere, I think. So next turn they play Arena Rector and flash it back and get what? Nicol Bolas again? Some enchantment that fucks my day up? Probably they have some enchantment that fucks my day up. Like that curse of whatever the fuck that makes it so you can't cast more than one spell per turn. So I'm probably losing this game. But I can cast, can I? I mean, I can definitely cast one LED and then the Doomsday. Arena Rector only gets walkers. You're right. I mixed them up. I just assume they're going to nut on me no matter what. So yeah, they could get Nicol Bolas. I'm not sure that there's a way for me to win from here. Because of the damping sphere? I guess probably the way it would happen is like Perilous Voyage, Experimental Frenzy, LED Tendrils, Doomsday, something like that. I don't even know if that's really good enough. You're right. If they're smart enough to get rid of the red source, which they probably will, then you're right. That kills that pile. But I don't even know if there's another possibility there. Let's see what they get. I'm imagining it's just going to be Bolas again. That seems like the best option. Yeah. Ooh, they might +2 me here, actually. Yep. Which is interesting. So they're going to get my Perilous Voyage and bounce my LED. But I'm going to draw the Frenzy, which I don't think is going to do me much good anyway. What a weird game. So I could play one LED in the Frenzy. The problem is that I'm not going to be able to play through the Damping Sphere. Yeah, this is just a game over. So I got fucking ranched by Nick Fit. Alright, let's get one more game in here if I can. I don't think I've ever lost that bad to Nick Fit. I mean, they did have the, kind of a nutty draw both games. But, that was a decent example of how the deck can have some clunky hands that are a little awkward. Oh, is that another Bolas? I didn't even notice. I wonder if there's a better way to sequence my plays in that last one. Like if my first spell had been Dark Writ. No, I don't think so. I think it would have been the same. I would have only been able to end up playing LED in one Doomsday. I wouldn't have had enough for the second LED. No matter how you slice it, so. Alright, let's see if I can... Or not. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep this. People play EDH decks in Legacy. Yeah. I mean, it's true. A lot of real decks have trouble interacting with Frenzy. They just struggle with it. So. I'm gonna get Valk and Ponder here. And I'm hoping that if my opponent is on a combo deck, that they try to play it a little slow and hopefully not end me. So I should be able to play Frenzy next turn, which is good. Marsh Flats. This feels like Reanimator. Maybe not. Confidant. Okay. This, I guess, is dead guy. I can't imagine I lose this match. Alright. So I can't get the threshold on this Cabal ritual, which is a little unfortunate. But I can play out my bauble before I play the Frenzy, so I'm going to do that. And that way, I'll have a decent draw if my, or I'll have like a way to clear a dead draw. If I have one. But I'm probably just going to pass the turn with the Frenzy out. Well, I won't just pass yet. Right? I'm going to play this Lotus Petal. Act on Impulse. I can't cast that. So I'll just be drawing that. Which is fine. So just pass turn here. Lingering Souls. Sure. Yeah, this just seems like dead guy or something. I suppose they could have Vindicate. Vindicate would be a way to interact with Frenzy. Stoneforge. Okay. That's not something I'm worried about. Get the sword. So as long as they don't have Vindicate, I don't think I'm going to lose Tarn. I will play the Tarn. And the Brainstorm. I will Brainstorm. Brainstorm seems good here. Oh, I'm thinking I can kill them, so I'm definitely putting back Tendrils. And I guess I'm putting back a Doomsday. Huh. Actually, this is a little awkward. I screwed up. Because this fetch. Yeah, I screwed up. Well, I guess I'm just going to, yeah, I'll show you my sideboard just a sec. I'm going to fetch here. Drew another Brainstorm. Alright. Let's see if I can go off this time. I can. So, put back Doomsday, Petal, play that Petal, play the Doomsday, and now they're dead. Alright, so well, under the pretense of me taking time to search my library, I'll show you my sideboard. I just slapped 4 empties into it, and then like a bunch of ways to get rid of permanents, and then a little bit of stuff to give me game against other combo decks. That's all there is to it. Figured empties for Delver, for combo decks, for things with permanents, pretty basic. I definitely would need more testing to know what the right stuff to get is. But anyway, so they're at 16, so I don't need to do anything fancy with my storm count. I suppose I should watch out for, like, a plow. 8. But they're going to be dead anyway. But I'm just going to fucking flex on them. And we'll get the Infinite Storm combo. Just being able to say I'm going to get the Infinite Storm combo is pretty cool. Just by playing Dark Rituals in your pile. Just because you can instant speed them? You mean? So like with one extra black mana to start things off, you can play around surgical. But, oh, by splitting the ritual effects. Yeah, that makes sense. I hope they have a plow or something to gain that a little bit of life, and then I can just kill them anyway. Nope, they just conceded. Okay. Okay, so this matchup. They're a him deck, but Frenzy seems good against that angle already. I assume they're going to have Disenchants or something. This seems like a matchup where Empty would actually be okay. I doubt they're going to be ready for board, I don't think they're going to bring in board wipes. So I might just try like that, like just the 3 empties. And then maybe cut... I don't know, just cut a fucking hodgepodge of shit again. Something like this. Oop, I didn't need to cut that apparently. What did I cut? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I think that's pretty defensible, if nothing else. It also gives me a little bit of a way to hedge my bets if they manage to surgical my Doomsday or something. This hand is not good enough, unfortunately. If it had a land, it would definitely be a keep. This is probably going to be a keep. I think I'm going to bottom that. Well, maybe I'm not supposed to bottom that because if they lead on discard, they'll probably take the Frenzy. Well, they can't take it anyway with Inquisition, so now I'm going to lose my Brainstorm, and I'm just going to have a hand clogged up with Frenzies. Whatever. Shit happens. Tried to be cute. Oh, they took the Limdual's Vault. Okay. Whatever you say, fam. Alright, so I'm definitely going to just play out these LEDs. And pass. So I might be getting him here, but I can at least protect one Frenzy. Nope, no him. What even is this deck? Stoneforge Mystic, sure. So I think I should just Brainstorm end of turn. Because if I draw another cantrip, I can cast one of the Experimental Frenzies. Assuming they don't have Surgical or something. And also if I draw like Land Dark Writ or Petal Dark Writ, they're so dead. So dead. Okay. Put back like that. I will be astounded if I lose this game. Alright, so I just crack this for blue, I guess, now. Ponder. I can play a land this turn still, right? Or no. Yeah, I can play a land. So I want to go like this. I'll draw the Badlands. I'll play the Mire, and then I can play the LED. Yo, this deck is whack. And there's a Doomsday, so they're dead. This deck is so fucking whack. It seems good. I mean, like like I was saying before, like I haven't played against like a real deck yet, but in matchups with like where discard is their main way of interacting with you, it's just fucking like it feels impossible to lose. All right, well that's all I got time for today. Since I had to start so late, I think I'll be able to stream tomorrow and be able to start a little earlier, and I'll probably play this again because I think it deserves another look. But yeah, so thanks for watching Reverse Mermaid. Thanks for designing this nutty fucking deck. It's real interesting. I have to say, like, playing with it today was much more successful than when I was testing it before, like a day or two ago on my own. It felt real clunky then, but it was ran much smoother. Yeah, I mean, Experimental Frenzy is just a fucking bonkers card. So yeah, thanks for watching. I gotta get going, but I'll probably be back on tomorrow, and I'll probably still have Experimental Frenzy in my deck. So yeah, see you later.